Good morning. Sam Bankman-Fried from FTX has been sentenced to 25 years in prison. Sam, now he destroyed the lives of countless families the world over. We're going to dive into that. Larry Fink has turned into the biggest Bitcoin bull. He's actually gloating about it on TV. Saylor is telling you to buy Bitcoin, not MicroStrategy. What is going on in the world? But first, I've got a message from Jerome Powell. This is something, it's amazing how much he's changed tunes here over the last couple of weeks after the last FOMC meeting.
Hey friends, Jay Powell here. I think now would be a good time for some transparency. The whole 2% inflation mandate and raise rates thing was to get you guys to stop buying NVIDIA. That didn't work out so well, so let's pivot. The only way to protect yourself from the burr machine is to YOLO into BTC. That and cocoa. Buy cocoa and bathe in it. It's how I stay so spry and sexy.
Pretty interesting turn of events there with Jerome Powell. Yes, that is AI. We are trolling Papa Powell this morning. Good morning to everyone that is watching live or watching the replay. If you can smash the like button. Now, SBF, this guy, not a good person, absolute scum, and insidious what he did to countless families. So he has been sentenced. TLDR, 25 years in prison. So, SBF sentencing, U.S. Attorney Damian Williams' statement, as a result of his unprecedented fraud, Bankman-Fried faces 25 years in prison, forfeiture over $1 billion in restitution to his victims. How does he still have all that money there? We've got a bigger article, so let's get into it. That's the soundbite there. 25 years in prison. So, former FTX CEO was convicted on 7 counts of fraud and conspiracy in November, a year after the once giant cryptocurrency exchange collapsed. What we're seeing, SBF was sentenced to 25 years and Thursday. SBF was accused of running a massive fraud. Yeah, he absolutely did an FTX in Alameda, although he wasn't smart enough to pull it off himself. Who paid him? Who orchestrated? I'd like to see how far this goes down. Yes, he was autistic. Yes, he was smart, but not that smart to be able to defraud so many people, which collapsed dramatically in 2022, losing customers some $8 to $11 billion. As he prepared to deliver the sentence, Judge Lewis Kaplan now is a hero of so many people in the Bitcoin, especially the crypto space, said SBF never offered a word of remorse for commission of terrible crimes. Kaplan said SBF attempted to craft a positive and altruistic persona in the public eye, was at least in part an act. Of course, dude was a psychopath. He rejected the defense's argument that SBF was not at risk of committing future crimes. Of course, you can't, a leopard will not change its spot. So, Mr. Bankman-Fried's name is pretty much mud right now around the world. Absolutely. It tastes disgusting on your tongue when you say it. But he is persistent and a great marketing guy, said the judge, while explaining why the FTX CEO deserved a lengthy sentence. Is 25 years? He doesn't need to do all of them. He'll get out early. Is that enough? Now, he's still got an appeal coming up. So, SBF was also fined $11 billion, which includes forfeiture agreements to sell assets like a private jet. Oh, no. So sad for this guy. I've no empathy for what he did. 25 years in prison. Ladies and gentlemen, Ross Ulbricht, who created a website, is spending 2 life sentences in prison. This guy destroyed countless families. Ross, what happened on the Silk Road? That wasn't good. Not all of it. Some of it was absolutely great. Freedom back to the people. But really? 100 years compared to 25, it's absolutely pathetic. It's definitely who you know, isn't it? So today's sentence will prevent the defendant from ever committing fraud. Good. And is an important message to others who might be tempted to engage in financial crimes. It just will be swift, and the consequences will be so severe. Damian Williams, U.S. Attorney for the Southern District in New York, said in a statement on social media platform X, the scale of his crime is measured not just by the amount of money that was stolen, by the extraordinary harm caused to victims who in some cases had their life savings wiped out overnight. So a couple more things. SBF speaks. When it was his turn to speak, Bankman-Fried said he was more concerned with that bullshit with FTX. Sorry about the swearing, but this dude is a total twat. with the FTX customers waiting for their money to be returned than his emotional life or hypothetical future kids. My useful life is probably over. It's been over for a while now, said SBF, who has spent the last 6 months in the notorious Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. Couple of things. So he's wearing a tan prison jumpsuit with short sleeves, spoke for several minutes at a US Marshal, stood directly behind him. SBF repeated his long-standing claim that there are enough assets for FTX creditors to get paid back in full. Yeah, that's not true in the slightest. So, weighing a sentence, SBF faced up to a century in prison based on a report from a probation officer. How long do you believe he should spend in jail? And just take into account Ross Ulbricht spent 100 years in jail, SBF 25. What do you think it should have been, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, Kaplan wasn't bound to this recommendation. SBF's defense team, a different group of lawyers than the ones who represented him during the 5-week trial, asked for no more than 6.5 years. Thank God he got longer than that. While US Department of Justice prosecutors sought 40 to 50 years behind bars. When he wasn't outright lying, he was evasive, hair-splitting and dodging questions. The judge said, adding that he was trying to get the prosecutor to rephrase questions. Last part. Despite his apparent frustration with SBF, Kaplan ultimately decided that 50 years in prison, let alone 100, was substantially greater than is necessary, and recommended that they serve out his sentence in a medium or low security federal prison. It's gotten off pretty lightly, in my opinion. He additionally recommended that the prison be as close to the San Francisco Bay Area, where SBF is from, as possible to facilitate family visitations. Absolutely crazy there. We'll come back. And just for a reminder, this is great. I'm not sure if it actually happened on ABC News or not, but it's true nonetheless.
Who invented Bitcoin? Not this guy. Who invented
Well, I just played a couple of times.
Bitcoin?
So
not this guy.
yeah. Craig Wright is definitely not Satoshi, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get into Michael Saylor, absolutely amazing what he's doing, telling people not to buy MicroStrategy to telling people to buy Bitcoin. Larry Fink gloating. A huge shout out to today's sponsor, The Bitcoin Way. These guys are absolutely incredible. Master your Bitcoin self-custody the right way. These guys have 25 years of experience in the cybersecurity industry. As always, safety in a moose. The Bitcoin Way is a service I've always wanted. That's coming from the author of the Bitcoin Standard. Huge endorsement, and rightly so. You can learn about air-gap wallets, the safest place for your Bitcoin. Learn to verify your Bitcoin transactions and set up your own node. More important now than ever before, obviously digital IDs passed yesterday in Australia. They're not 100% in yet. We've still got a little bit of a chance, but Bitcoin protects you from the repercussions of a digital ID, not from using it, but allowing you to stay a sovereign individual. So, also, stop exchanges blocking access to your Bitcoin wallets, leaking your data, hackers accessing your computer, rogue connections to Wi-Fi access points. If you need help, if you're using a ledger, if you're using a Trezor, if your Bitcoin's still on an exchange, if you're just not sleeping easy, if you want to take your Bitcoin setup to the next level, reach out to the Bitcoin Way. First 30 minutes is free when you give them a call. There is a link below. The team's absolutely epic, absolutely incredible. Like, they're most amazing. They've really helped me out a lot, and I thought I was good with my setup until I spoke with Tony from the Bitcoin Way. BlackRock, no wonder Larry Fink is gloating. BlackRock Spot Bitcoin ETF now holds over 250,000 Bitcoin worth of 17.78 billion. That's 250,667,000 Bitcoin. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the halving is coming up. It doesn't feel like it, does it? But supply shock and demand shock, and they meet, and then we get magic, and maybe it just does not pump straight away. But this cycle fundamentally is different. Like, actually hold on, get ready. Buy, stack, and chill as much as you possibly can. The price today, we're at 70,791. Let's bring up the block clock here in the back. 609, the number of the universe. Absolutely sensational there. But we are at block height 836,709. 70,776. That's per USD. 1,413. So for every $10, you still get over 14,130 Satoshis. Pretty good deal. I'm going to sell your fiat, buy the world's hardest asset. That's looking pretty good to me. What else we got? Wow, next halving, 3,291 blocks away. Average block time, we did get a difficulty correction yesterday, but it is happening at 9 minutes at the moment. And where does that bring us on? Let me just have a quick look. Next halving, estimated April 12, 2024. Yeah, something's not going on right there. 420, ladies and gentlemen, is my opinion. Now, this is more true today than ever before. I think this is pretty important. If you haven't read Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand, please do. The book's about this thick, but seriously, read the books or eat the bugs. It's a fantastic book, one of the greatest books you'll ever read. Enjoy. You're welcome. Anyway, Rational Aussie will reward people who leverage themselves to the tits gambling on clumps of bricks and punish anyone who tries to work hard enough through excessive taxation. Society is doomed. So written in 1957 and truer than ever before. I hope this makes sense. When you read the book, you'll understand it at a deeper, more fundamental level, but it's absolutely pertinent right now. When you see that in order to produce, you need to obtain permission from men who produce nothing. When you see that money is flowing to those who deal not in goods but in favors. When you see that men get richer by graft and by pull than by work, and your laws don't protect you against them, but protect them against you. When you see corruption being rewarded and honesty becoming a self-sacrifice, you may know that your society is doomed. This is what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. Please get onto a Bitcoin standard as soon as possible, as fast as possible. Look after yourself, your future self. And, you know, Larry Fink's just turned into our marketing manager. It's crazy. The dude is understandably pretty chuffed with what's going on. It's like, it's just walking around and massive balls, this dude. Anyway, shout out again to everyone that is watching live, that is watching the replay. If you can smash the like, and let's hear what Mr. Larry Fink has to say, mate.
I'm very bullish on the long-term viability of Bitcoin.
I was going to say, did that surprise you?
That surprised me how much that's gone up. I mean, look, it is. We're creating now a market that has more liquidity, more transparency, and I'm pleasantly surprised, and I would never have predicted it before we filed it, that we were going to see this type of retail demand.
So you thought you'd do good, but not this good.
I thought, yes.
Well, IBIT is your ETF over at iShares.
Yes.
It's about to overtake Grayscale, which was in the business certainly a lot longer. You look at the gains since January 11th when it first came about.
Yes.
Have you ever seen this much inflow this quickly into
IBIT is the fastest growing ETF in the history of ETFs.
IBIT is the fastest growing ETF in the history of ETFs. It's going to bring in more liquidity. Hold Bitcoin in self-custody, ladies and gentlemen. Actually do the right thing. Protect yourself, your sovereign rights as an individual, your future generations, to be able to stop the leeches, the mooches from being able to obtain that. Obviously, if you sell it, you deserve to pay your taxes. I 100% agree with that. So don't sell it. Just stack, buy, stack, and chill. But pretty amazing. He's pretty chuffed, hey, in regards to that. With all that liquidity there, number go up this time. The marketing, it's going to continue to ramp up. And this cycle, as I said at the start, is fundamentally different. Things have changed. So hold on, prepare. $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 days. So we're up 2.86%. We'll jump into the numbers. But if it's at 80,000 today or 60 or 50,000, who cares? Smash the buy button, make the most of it. Anything under $1 million is cheap. Anything under 100,000 is an extremely good deal. You're here now, you're here early. Please make the most of this opportunity. And you'll get to a point where you never feel like you've got enough. Now, this is Tony from the Bitcoin Way, and this is not about the Bitcoin Way, but it's a really good video that he put on X. And I'll just give you the context quickly, real quick. We're out in South America, orange pilling lawyers. Let's get it.
They can't control. So what do? They try to scare you into thinking this is bullshit. People with common sense will ignore it and do it anyhow. This is why it's growing. But there'll be some people, no, I don't want anything to do, so we won't do anything. Then they wake up one day with like a village donkey. You do what I say, you get 10 points. You don't do what I say, you lose 20 points. If you drop below a certain level, nothing works. That's exactly what's happening in China.
And Australia with the digital IDs that passed and that fundamentally flawed and drops me. This is coming to a country near you, ladies and gentlemen. You can opt out. You can buy Bitcoin. Obviously, become a self-sovereign individual. Please read the books. Anyway, Tony, back to you, sir.
That's exactly what they want to do to the world. And this is why Bitcoin is worth 100 times more than the stupid price that you see. The price is irrelevant. It's the fact that you can do whatever you want with it, whenever you want with it.
Yeah, and it's really easy and fast. It's really fast. Like I send you money
and nobody can control the supply. It's fixed. Nobody can print Bitcoin whenever they need it. It's fixed. Yeah. That's why the value of each one is infinite. Mm-hmm. So when you understand that, like truly understand it, you understand why it's going in value and why the big.
What he says next is really good. I just want to point out there is some dirty fiat food there, Tony. Come on, man. There should be some nice steaks on the table. I am trolling. Anyway, what he says next is pretty epic.
Companies now all of a sudden they want it. It's not because they're coming for charity. Yeah. It's because they understand if they don't do this, all their money in the bank that's worth billions and trillions are going to go down to one big zero. Because once the dollar crashes, hyperinflates, it's finished. Mm-hmm. It's happening in many currencies. It happened in Argentina, so okay. It happened in Lebanon 3 years ago. It happened. It's coming to every country. Mm-hmm. They can't control.
It's just time, ladies and gentlemen. Inflation, hyperinflation. Inflation's here at every country, but hyperinflation is coming. They cannot longer control it. Just shout out to everyone that is watching live at the minute or watching the replay. Again, if you can smash the like button, greatly appreciated. Did see couple of epic people: Fair Alert, Keith, Mick Lovin, Simon Picala, Raven, Crypto Gator, Bitcoin Gator, my man. No, I'm playing. Keith, TN Permaculture, Average Geo in the house, VT Gothic, Johnny Midas. Shout out to Dimitri, Jerry, good to see you, Michelle and Michael, Average Geo, Into the Forest, and the Greek was the first. Shout out to the Greek. Now, huge news. The Louisiana Senate just passed a bill that would ban any rules and mandates from the World Health Organization, the World Economic Forum, the UN from being enforced in the state. Do you support this? 100%, absolutely. Please make this happen in every country around the world, please. Now, Michael Saylor, Lovers Bitcoin. So this was a statement. I've made 5x more buying MicroStrategy than buying Bitcoin. Should we just buy your stock? Saylor's answer, what an absolute Chad.
Hi, I love what you're doing in your stock. In fact, I've made 5 times more on your stock and derivatives around it than buying Bitcoin. So one of my questions would be, why should we buy Bitcoin? Why don't we just buy your stock? And what do you think the halving event is really going to do to the price?
Bitcoin's a commodity. It's an asset without an issuer. Whenever you invest in a company, you're taking counterparty risk. In order to invest in my stock, you should reasonably read 1,000 pages of disclosures. And I'll make the obvious point. People in Nigeria can't self-custody MicroStrategy stock. So what we're trying to solve the problem of creating integrity, sovereignty, truth, and hope for the world. That's going to be done via a protocol, right? MicroStrategy is simply a high performance business, right? There's a lot of other businesses, and every business does their thing in the world as best they can. So we offer a very particular thing to us. We offer convertible debt to convertible arbitrageurs, and they have billions of dollars of capital, and they can only convertible arbitrage. So if we didn't give it to them, their capital wouldn't come in the ecosystem. And so that 1.4 billion that I got came from them, that went into Bitcoin. I need to do something for them. It's a complicated something. There's a lot of volatility to it, right? There's a limit to how much we can do.
Can we just buy your stock then?
The truth is,
this is incredible. What a guy.
I would recommend to anybody that's interested in Bitcoin, they should study Bitcoin before they buy anything. And then after they study Bitcoin for 100 hours, They ought to, I would say you ought to buy the Bitcoin. The real debate ought to be, do you buy the Bitcoin in self-custody, buy the Bitcoin institutional custody, buy the Bitcoin through an ETF? Because
what about the halving?
Bitcoin is the innovation, right? Bitcoin is the innovation. If you are a professional investor and you have billions of dollars of capital, by the way, the investors in my company aren't allowed to buy Bitcoin, nor are they allowed to buy the ETF. Their charter is, here's $10 billion, you have to invest in publicly traded operating companies. So my company is meeting a need for certain types of investors that are sophisticated. I'm not here to promote my company, right? I expect Bitcoin will be here 1,000 years from now. My company won't be, I won't be, right? There's not much to be said there.
Holy moly, what a guy. That, I already respect Michael Saylor. Incredibly, that just took it to a next level. What CEO of a gold company would say that? Hey, you're better off just to buy gold instead of my stock. No, nobody's saying that. Bitcoin changes you. Check out the B on his shirt. I like that. So subtle, so nice. What a guy. So, ladies and gentlemen, listen to Saylor. Buy, stack, and chill. Actual Bitcoin. And if you won't, someone else will. Or if you're selling, somebody else is going to buy it. Like even ARK's Bitcoin ETF, it took in a record 200 million inflows today. This was the day before. ARK's previous best day was $140 million. These ETFs are meant to slow down after their launch. They're increasing. And yes, the halving is coming up. Money printing is continuing. Bitcoin literally is going up forever. It's going to be volatile short term, ladies and gentlemen. $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 days where it goes down. Yeah, so what? It gives you an opportunity to be able to buy more. Because if you're not buying, if you're not hitting, like today we've got a green button. It's been red for a while. Like I really hope you made the most of it. But green or red, just push it. Because if you don't have the conviction now and you start to get shaken out for those $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 down days, you don't deserve for it to absolutely pump, and it is going to absolutely pump. That's why Bitcoin is Bitcoin, because it's never go up technology, it's freedom technology. Hold it in self-custody, put it into deep cold storage, never let it see the light of day again. It's an opportunity to change your lives very quickly. They're going to continue to debase the money. And we're seeing it happen, play out in real time. 1.2 trill spending bill, over 1,000 pages, released at 2 a.m. today. Just got approved now, 10 hours after. No one could possibly read it. They threw in everything but the kitchen sink. Ladies and gentlemen, this is democracy. What's the point of taxes if we can print trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions and they just keep printing the trillions of dollars? How the hell is that democracy? Nobody voted for these unelected officials to do that, especially at the Fed. They just push the print button. They just keep doing it, and they destroy everyone's lives everywhere around the world. And we've got an option, we've got hope, and that is Bitcoin. And that's the message, ladies and gentlemen. Buy, stack, and chill. Since 2022, someone has been consistently buying 100 Bitcoin at any price. They now hold over, or 53,733 Bitcoin worth $4 billion, making them the 13th largest Bitcoin holder. Another nation state buying. Possibly, potentially. Maybe more likely. I did see something ages ago, because this has been going around for a while. Like these people have been buying 100 Bitcoin for a very, very long time. Potentially it's an exchange, somebody put it on their balance sheet. But it's all speculation. Who do we see? Is it Saudi Arabia that comes out and said, yeah, we hold 53,000. Maybe they're not going to announce anything. Maybe they'll never announce who it is. Maybe they're trying to get up to that one supply. But TikTok, next block, ladies and gentlemen, we are like literally going to go into a crazy supply shock. And here's a little bit of food for thought, like really quickly. Come up to the halving, come up like this. Usually, this time is fundamentally different. So history doesn't always repeat, often it rhymes, yeah? Comes up to the halving, and then we see a little bit of a drop-off. What price is it at the halving? I do not know. Will it be higher or lower than where it is now? I don't know. I actually don't care. It's what happens 6, 12, 18 months after the halving. So get to the halving, drop down, and then we start going up, and then up, and then up, and then up. And it literally is going up forever. So make the most of it. It's still cheap. We've got like a $1.4 trillion market cap. We'll get into that very shortly, but incredible stuff. Don't get shaken out. Remember, we're not really at new all-time highs, so maybe that's why there's no retail really here. They're not that excited yet. They're not going to be until 100K, which is crazy, you know, absolutely crazy. Make the most of it. Beat, there's a reason they call it dumb money, is because they chase the green and then buy on the green. And then when it's red, they sell. Please don't be that person. And whatever it is you need to do, write a plan, write in your diary, go down. If you think that you're going to sell or whatever, put 90% in cold storage, have 10%. You do you, whatever. But here's just an idea of creating a plan. And say you think it's going to hypothetically 500,000. You sell 25% of that 10% at 200,000, another 25 at 300,000, another 25 at 400,000, another 25% at 500,000. The numbers are irrelevant. The percentages are irrelevant. If you are going to sell, have layer in, layer out, but only with a small amount. If you need to do that, if that's going to appease that trader in you, if you want some of those fiat gains to improve your life, okay, you do you. Like, that's absolutely no problem at all. If you're here now, you're probably better to wait to the next cycle when we really look like we're going to overtake gold. Who knows? Whatever it is, and then just allow yourself to be cool with the ups, the downs, the sideways. You know, maybe we see more than the $30,000 day. It's going to be absolutely insane. You know, your net wealth is going to go up so quick and come down so quick. Don't allow your emotions to take control with what is going on in the markets. Just one Bitcoin is one Bitcoin. And all you want to do is have more Bitcoin today than you did yesterday. So we are at a 1.389 trillion. So we are closing the $1.4 trillion market cap. In the scheme of things, that is just so cheap, like incredibly cheap. It's absolutely amazing. So $70,675. We did see a low here in the last 24 hours. So a $3,000 day. Like, I didn't feel anything. Let us know how you proceeded through that. If you can, smash the like button, but let us know. Did you notice it at all? From $68,812 to $71,551. We're going to get 10x those moves to the upside, to the downside. That's pretty gravy. Like, in the last 7 days, we've moved $9,219 roughly, give or take a couple of cents, ladies and gentlemen. $9,000 in 7 days. Nothing. Like, we didn't even notice it as a blip on the radar. Like, I don't even really remember it at 62,000. A smash bought at 63.5 or 64.5. I don't know. Fiat comes in, I sell it as quick as I can, whether it's up, down, or sideways. It's an amazing opportunity. It's still cheap, and just do that for as long as possible. Now, that's the news with the fast facts, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize for being late this morning. Things happened. Anyway, let us know if you're seeing the sunrise. So every day I race out of here. Anyway, that's the news. If you want to hang around for a bit of a banter, this is my favorite part, where we jump into the comment section, we have a little bit of a banter, we talk back and forth, and I just read your epic comments there. But you always notice at 6:10, maybe I can stretch it to 6:15. Like, I'll be like, see you later, guys. Like, I need to get out of here, and I need to see the sun. I need that sunlight directly in my eyes, because you can only... This is not advice. Do your own research. I'm just talking about me. And this is not related to Bitcoin, but Bitcoin provides monetary wealth, but there's no real wealth without health in your life. The most important thing for us is spring water, like pure spring water. Please do not drink fluorinated, toxic chemicals. Like, it literally is a toxin. Chlorine in there. It has to be spring water, and it needs to be free of all that stuff. If you're in Australia, like, I build a freaking shelf in this desk to be able to hold that. Purea, this is the best water you can get from the supermarket. Sure, it's better, but it tastes pretty sweet, and it fits in my desk. Anyway, there's a shelf there so I can drink it. Let me just put it back where it needs to be. Sunlight in my eyes, first 15 minutes from below the horizon to above the horizon, then it gets way too bright and it'll burn your retina out. You can train your eyes, and I have done it, where you can look at the sun way later in the day, but I'm not going to go into that because it's irresponsible. Have that vitamin D, wake up, go into the circadian rhythm, get that UV into your body. It's some of the most important things you can do. Today, a little bit late, so I'm going to miss that today. It'll be interesting. Usually it knocks me around a little bit. It is very overcast today as well, that natural sunlight. Anyway, I'd urge people to try it at different times if you haven't already, or let us know. So many cultures around the world. Random, yeah, it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I can be random, and why not? Like, we are here fighting for truth, fighting for freedom, protecting our individual rights. This is truly a fight between good and evil, right and wrong on a cosmic, yeah, this is a bit esoteric, on a cosmic scale. When you zoom out, whether it's cosmic or it's all in my mind or whatever, I don't actually care. Bitcoin is truth. It aligns you back with light. When you're in line with light, that's enlightenment. It's how that word comes together. Make the most of it. Bitcoin, you cannot change Bitcoin. It fundamentally changes you. And we are seeing that. When you read the books, you will not eat the bugs. It's one or the other. They are trying to enslave people. This is, I don't know, more esoteric stuff. A holy crusade for your right to be a free being. We're not just our physical body and meat space here. There's more to it that goes back with our consciousness. Like, where's all this stuff come from? As above, so below, and it comes through us. Anyway, please don't let this opportunity slip. Whether you resonate with that or not, just read the books. Whatever gives you the conviction to get as much, it will free. The truth always prevails. It may just take a little bit of time. I'm going to get into all the comments there as well. Actually, take a moment and think about something to say. I'm going to read all of them. So if you say anything appropriate, that's on you. It's going to come up live on YouTube. It's going to be there. What person, how are you thinking today? What do you think about SPF? Be nice, be mean. It's a reflection of your own thought process. But say something in the comments and we will get into those in 2 secs. Shout out to the Bitcoin Lab. So I created this with Christian. Shout out to my business partner for making this happen, putting this website together. Stack and chill. Be humble. Read the books or eat the bugs. So this is the back of the shirts here. I like, if I can find it, I like having like something subtle here. And then on the back, I've showed you many times, but like that. That's how I like a shirt. I wanted some clothes that I'd like to wear. There's some cool stuff in there. Stack Sats, class of 2017. We will be getting them all out there. Class of 2017, 2018, 2019, 2011. Buy, stack, and chill. Do you call them tank tops? We call these things singlets. Tank top sounds a little bit interesting to me. Satoshi Nakamoto and the Bitcoin Flexi hat. There's a towel if you go into the beach, thebitcoinlab.io. Now, go there or not. If you subscribe, you get 10% off and you help support the channel. Greatly appreciate. Just wanted something that was epic, that was more me. Now, the Greek was the first. Numero uno. Good to see you, the Greek. Simon Picala, let's go. CryptoGator, boom, made the live. G'day, I love these AI videos. Average Geo. Wasn't Jerome Powell absolutely fantastic? If we move this way a little bit, it's not getting cut off. Michael Banks did it. Yeah, Biden will pardon SBF in 10 months on his way out of the White House. Let's hope not. How interesting how connected the SBF family was. G'day, Jerry. Good morning. Jerry's saying hello. Johnny Midas, greetings from the Californian desert. CryptoGator, he's a useful idiot. Largest donor to political party, someone higher involved for sure. 100%. And they dropped all those charges in regards to all the political donations. 100 together with Gensler. I sentence Sam to hell, Johnny Midas. You know, and that's karma, ladies and gentlemen. You either live in heaven or hell. Whatever your version of heaven is, for me, the great outdoors is God. It's paradise. As above, so below. Heaven is a place on earth, and it is its nature. It's Great Barrier Reef. It's the rainforest. It's just touching the grass, touching the trees. Yeah, I'm a happy hippie, but life provides us life, and we're a battery. We need a charge in the sun. Like, we're these natural human beings. We're just like a walking tree that can think, and act. But trees act, just in a very slow way. Anyway, yeah. Interesting thought process, eh? Matt, I've got 150 years for run as Ponzi, so I think SBF should get about that as well. Yeah, fair. It's a big club, and we ain't in it. That's Simon Picala, because we're in a much better club. Johnny Midas, baby, we are in the club of freedom. I love that. We're in a much better club, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Midas. Everyone's agreeing. That's absolutely awesome. VT Gothic is in paradise there in Vermont. I just picked up a cool 277,000 Satoshis. TN permaculture. Let's get it. That's the way freedom is made. You're a hero. Absolute hero. For your friends, your family, for yourself. Absolutely well done. Buy when it's green, buy when it's red. Smashing the buy button when it's green. That takes cojones to be able to do it. Actually, like psychologically, it's easier to hit the green button, but to still do it when you've been here for a while stacking, hell yeah, that's epic. Anyway, Larry Fink, his name is Fink, it rhymes with stink. That makes you think, hey? So Raven, another day at the Fiat mine. That's hopefully you're selling those Pacific pesos, whatever they are, the US pesos, into the hardest asset, and do whatever you need to do, ladies and gentlemen. Get as much Bitcoin as possible. And saying that, be a good person about it, yeah? Karma will catch up with you 100%. They caught up with SBF, maybe not as much as it should have, but freak, 25 years in jail for being a greedy prick, for destroying the lives of friends and family. Not long enough, but 25 years. That's a long time. Like, that's a crazy, crazy long time for anyone. So, like, why is Ross Ulbricht got 100 years? Like, let's get this man out of there. McLovin, g'day, Sean. Good to see McLovin in the house. Keith, it is going up forever. Laura, it sure is, ladies and gentlemen. TikTok, next block. Volatility, who cares? Just make the most of it. Especially when we get the big dips, bang, 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 bang. But it is, when in doubt, just zoom out. We are looking, the deeper you dive into Bitcoin, you're like, yeah, this will just be the base layer of money in the world. Will there be fractional reserve landing on top? Yeah, of course. But to be able to hold whatever it is, like, it's infinity divided by 21 million. Get as much of that 21 million as you possibly can, whether it's 0.1 Bitcoin, 1 Bitcoin. If you can get to 1 Bitcoin, like, you're really sweet, and depending on where you are in the world, you may not need that much. And I understand. It's like $110,000. And Pacific pesos, the Australian dollar, they're all the same. They're all garbage. But anyway, that's a lot of money. With inflation, like, people's costs of living. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they're on a huge paycheck, living by themselves, renting. They have an apartment down south as well, which they're renting out. So that's like neutral basis. And they had to come up here. Anyway, working up here, earning a whole lot of money, and struggling week to week to week. Like, that's insane. And inflation's going to keep getting worse, and people's pay packets are not going to keep up. So just buy, just stack, and just chill, and you'll be good. Whatever it is. 0.1 Bitcoin, 1 Bitcoin, 10 Bitcoin, just keep going. Yeah, it is funny, greed's not a good thing, but if you're greedy for the truth, for light, for enlightenment, yeah, I think that is a good thing. Watching now, why out camping? Skins, I really, you're lucky man out there in the great outdoors. Outback Australia, how were the stars last night? How's the sunrise? Watching now after not sleeping the last 34 hours. Put the big boy pants on today. Simon, that's absolutely insane. Why are we up for 34 hours? Michael Saylor, what a boss. That's a selfless answer. 100%. 1 million Bitcoin by New Year's. Saylor has got orange pilled eventually, just like Larry. Yeah. For those of you that don't know, Saylor famously put out a tweet, and I'm just paraphrasing. I'm going to get it 100% wrong. But he said, Bitcoin's not going to make it. It's going to go to zero. It's worthless. Larry Fink, Bitcoin is an index of money laundering. You can't change Bitcoin. Bitcoin changes you, truly. It's amazing. The Bitcoin standard, the Bitcoin life, it's amazing. All those things that you ever wanted, that you ever dreamed of, you can get them. You can have them. It doesn't take long with Bitcoin. But then you get to the point where you can go out and get whatever it is your heart desires, and you're like, no, I'm just going to get more Bitcoin. It's crazy, absolutely crazy, and it's amazing. It creates less stress, less pressure, more love, more light, more freedom, more joy in your life, more gratitude. Anyway, at least for me, and for every other Bitcoiner that I talk to and ask about, it does. I think most people in the ETFs will eventually learn how to store in cold storage. Keith, I agree and I disagree. I think some will, like they're going to buy a Bitcoin, they're going to jump into the books. Shout out to Bitcoin Evangelism. Not sponsored, but it's a freaking good book. And he has sponsored me, and I've brought it up before and after. I'm going to continue bring it up. When we get these people buying the ETFs to read the books, they're no longer going to hold it in the ETF. They're going to understand what a remarkable technology this is. And with such a remarkable technology that provides freedom, once some of those people go from the ETF into Bitcoin in self-custody, they're going to talk to the other wealthy people and be like, hey, did you know you actually need to hold Bitcoin in self-custody? And they're going to sound like us, like the crazy people. It's so funny. Like sometimes I listen to myself speak to normies and I'm like, oh yeah, like I sound insane, but you know, they're just dumb and probably going to eat the bugs. And I don't want that. So I try to change the way I communicate. But as more people self-custody, more people are going to self-custody. The hardware wallets, the options, the storage options, their inheritance plan, the collaborative custody. Like the collaborative custody, if you need help with that, or more so like setting up a multi-sig the Bitcoin way, you can sort out with that. Whatever it is, like these options, these services will come and it will allow people to do it. And it's like the snowball effect. I don't see everyone doing it, but the ETF will make people interested. When it pumps 100%, 200%, 300%, they're like, okay, there's something more here. Like, why is this performing like this? Read one book and that leads them down the rabbit hole. And they're like, oh, self-custody. So yes, 100% Keith. Crypto-gated taxation without representation. Green candles in the house. Martin, I appreciate you, and I thank you so much. It's so humbling to be able to wake up every day and have a bit of a banter. I want to start every day talking about Bitcoin, looking into Bitcoin, and then getting the sun and then getting back into Bitcoin. Like, how's it getting better and what else is possible, ladies and gentlemen? It's absolutely a glorious way to live, think, feel, be. Yeah, buddy. James Beaumont in the house with the Bitcoin B in his name. If you ever want to write the Bitcoin B, ladies and gentlemen, and text and email and tweets or whatever, just type in Bitcoin text symbol into Google, copy paste, you're welcome. I don't have curtains in my room. Watch the sunrise. James, what about street lights? Any other lights as well? Do you have any of those, like any LED lights in your room? We have an aircon, and we've got an alfoil, aluminum foil, or tin foil, whatever you call it, wherever you are in the world. Like that metal shiny stuff that's like really crinkly, you know, and you wrap like a roast or something with it, like that type of foil, and like fold it up, put it over, and then duct tape 100-mile-an-hour tape to be able to get rid of that LED light. And then it's like total pitch black, like you can't see your hand in your face. But then get up, do this. Well, have a look at the stars first. Get up, do this, and then the sun. It's but man, it's so important. I'd be real interested, James, to know if you have any other fake lights, or you're lucky enough not to. Sunrise is so beautiful, raising up out in the bush, raising over a lake next to us. How epic! Plenty of sun here in AZ. Is that Arizona, Bug? Please excuse my ignorance. Don't calcify your pineal gland. Yeah, it sounds like trippy hippie shit. It's so important. It takes a long time to decalcify your pineal gland, but it's pretty important. It's what gives us the connection to our greater selves, the higher power, whatever it is. And it just allows you to be free within, I don't know, this realm, within the cosmic matrix, not just this self-imposed matrix. Like, they want to lock you in to their matrix. Fuck that, ladies and gentlemen. It's your freedom at stake. Be it food, it's all BS. Like, there's a reason they're trying to ban meat. Anyway, little bit esoteric. The Bitcoin has helped me so much. Everyone that had Bitcoin should reach out. Oh, cool. So Skin. So he's talking about the Bitcoin way. The Bitcoin way has helped me so much. Everyone that has Bitcoin should reach out and have a chat with Tony. I 100% agree. The first 30 minutes is free. Yes, they're a sponsor on this channel because their services are absolutely amazing. Just call them up 30 minutes, find out if you need to know anything else or not. Like, you're a sovereign individual. Do whatever you want. I've brought them on the service there. They're absolutely fantastic. Skins, the Bitcoin way. So I'm Picala. The system forces families to have both parents work and divide the unity and focus less on faith in each other. Bitcoin changed that. God bless us all. Do not pick up the soap, Sam. Yeah, Keith. So I did say everything would be live. Neil Passon, Christ saves. And it's Easter this weekend, yeah? Whether you follow the Islamic faith, Buddhism, Christianity, the great outdoors, whatever it is, there is something, in my opinion, outside us greater than ourselves. I've read a lot of the Bible, I've read a lot of the Quran, I've read a lot of Buddhist texts and thought processes. They're all saying the same thing fundamentally. Be good to other people. Don't steal. Don't be lazy. Just be the best, greatest, highest order person that you can possibly be. If you do that and you align yourself with truth, it's all you need to do. However you find that. I do have a faith in God. And I say God, the great outdoors, the trees, the plants, the Great Barrier Reef, like it literally looks like Finding Nemo out there. Like, truly. And I look out at every day. Like, that's special. That is God, and God is gracious. Who made that? Who's the creator? Is it some dude with a white beard? No, I don't think so. But it came from somewhere. And they're all pointing to the same thing. Be aligned with truth. Now, good morning, Linda. Love listening to you. It sounds like you're letting us know what state or something, Linda, you're in. I'd highly suggest not providing your address being in Bitcoin wherever it is. Maybe say your state, not the city. Just bought more sats. Bitcoin is strong. It's made from tornadoes and truth. Absolutely love it. JetX, Jess, it is good to see you this morning. Great societies are built by men and women who plant trees knowing they'll never sit in their shade. Keep stacking for the future, 100%. The most selfless acts you could do is plant a tree that you'll never get to sit under. You know, we planted 115 trees to... Hold up. Let's talk truth here. My wife planted 115 trees towards the end of last year, and they've added to our environment, to our front yard. I hurt my back, so I sort of got to sit there. It was actually pretty painful to watch. But it's amazing. I built the backyard, rainforest garden, and Louise just built this magic, incredible garden out the front. And, you know, it's a house block. Maybe a lot of those trees over time will be cut down. But while they're alive, while they're here, they add to our environment. They add to the world's environment. They make the world a better place. I don't know. You do you, but there's too much concrete in the world. The stars are so bright when they're out back Australia, absolutely insane, and pretty crazy now, hey, like over the last couple of years, Skins, seeing all the Starlink satellites there. Just a shout out to everyone, if you've been this long and if you haven't smashed the like button, it doesn't take long. It's super easy. If we vibe, hit subscribe. I'm going to keep going with the comment section, and like the ocean's a little bit choppy today, maybe get out on the jet ski, but my back's not like 100%, so it's not most enjoyable. It's been glass all week. I should have made the most of that opportunity, and that's why Carpe Diem, seize the day. Like, don't delay what you can do today for tomorrow, because tomorrow never comes. Anyway, if you can do that, greatly appreciated. And yeah, it's a Friday banter. Cool. Now I'm just waiting for that to come up. But yeah, Skins, how crazy is all like the Starlink satellites as well? It's changed the way the starscape, but it's still incredibly epic. Dan, SBF needed to have a person who lost their life savings to his math games. It's so sad, eh? Like truly sad. Habib, good to see you, Habib. Dan, to sentence him, I can see the sunrise over the ocean each morning. Living in paradise, absolutely amazing. Like one of God's greatest gifts. Either to see it rising over the water or going down over the water or even mountains and stuff. Just sunrise, sunset. It's absolutely incredible. Out in a 5, I love the health and freedom viewpoints you share with us. You remind me, your reminders are much appreciated, Sean, Johnny Midas. It's greatly appreciated. Yeah, it's a little bit random, but I don't know. On a Bitcoin standard, you no longer think that the world is nihilistic and you don't listen to their asinine thought processes, the trash they talk, and you just realize, okay, align myself with the world's hardest money, the best form of money that's ever been engineered. This number go up technology provides freedom. It's going to protect my purchasing power over time. Okay, what's important? Oh, okay, wealth sorted. Get your health sorted, ladies and gentlemen. Push-ups, steaks, whatever it is. Different bodies, different vibes, different strokes for different folks, different strokes for different blokes, whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, make the most of it. You have one body, like one physical body, like really, really, really look after it. Another thing, get rid of seed oils. Like that's freaking toxic stuff. To all of you, Bitcoin peace and much love. Alexander, what an incredible community. Like this is truly the best. Like Bitcoiners are truly the greatest people in the world. And I really struggle to talk to people that don't understand Bitcoin or that are not willing to pursue Bitcoin. It's a mind virus or it's a sickness in their head. And they don't need to understand Bitcoin, but at least be willing to read a book and understand what they're saying no to. But the people that don't do that, it's hard. I feel sick around them because I think, I don't know, there's some toxic thought, feeling. I don't know, just that energy doesn't align. Yeah, just do unto others as you wish to be done unto you, and life will be beautiful. 100% beautiful. And that's from Jess. Andy Surfer, happy Good Friday, friends. Absolutely. Andy Surfer, are you saying that's a singletta? Is that the word you're saying? I have not once heard the word singletta. Singletta. This tank top? I think, is it a misspelling? I don't know. Maybe we'll start calling them some gletters. The word hodl came from the word hold. Maybe the word singletta came from the word singlet. Let us know. Singletta. Sounds nice. Yeah, random as. Lucola. That's a really, really lovely name. Don't know if I said it right, but it rolls nicely off the tongue. Hola, Sean. Here's to a beautiful future. It's going to be a powerful year indeed. Absolutely it is. And be prepared. Like 2024, the year of chaos. But is it Japanese or Chinese? I'm sure somebody in the chat has to know. With the... what would you even call it? Like the symbol's not the right word, but in Japanese or Chinese in their character, I know this is wrong and that's bad, but for crisis and opportunity, it's the same symbol. So in every crisis, there is an opportunity. If you're aligned yourself with truth and there's a crisis, well, you're going to get the opportunity there because you're going to see it clearly and you're going to be able to cut through the noise. If you're aligning yourself with evil, your life is going to be a constant crisis. This year, like we're seeing some pretty crazy stuff. Some conspiracy theories are happening with that ship that went on the bridge. Like my heart goes out to all the families that lost, people. Their people did pass. Is there a conspiracy there? It seems a little bit odd, truly. And you know, the WEF is planning, or they were planning at the World Economic Forum for cybersecurity attacks this year. I don't know. Maybe there's nothing in it. It doesn't really matter if there is or isn't. Just align yourself with truth as much as possible. We're going to see some wild stuff this year. Like That's guaranteed. Not just the number go up or down, but what happens with the whole world. It's over 3 billion people are voting this year. It's never happened before in human history all at one time. And there's going to be power struggles, but just buy, stack, and chill. Drink spring water, look after yourself, and this too shall pass. But this could be the best life, the best year of your life. Are you going to capture the moment, or are you going to let it slip? Happy Resurrection Day. Phones suck, especially when they call during the live. Yeah. I do 5 sets of push-ups every day. I do as many push-ups as I can, each set with 2-minute break between each set. Makes me feel alive, each one. Skins, I absolutely love it. Mr. Android, good morning. Happy Resurrection Day. Just on push-ups, within 2 minutes of waking up, like, open the door, walk down the hallway, walk down the stairs, let the dogs out, let them go to the toilet. And while they're doing the toilet, within 2 minutes of waking, I'm on the floor doing push-ups. There's no better way to start your day. If you can't do 50 push-ups or 100 push-ups or whatever, start with 1, start with 2. Start on your knees. Whatever it is, just get moving, like as soon as possible. Just boom, 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 boom. Maybe my form's not quite right. And continuously improving on that, get the blood flowing, and to be able to do something hard straight away. That's a great way to start your day. SBF will be out in 5 years. It depends how his appeal goes, I believe, and we'll see that. He's got 15 days to submit an appeal, and we'll be watching that very closely. I will keep you updated there. Shout out to everyone that's hanging around. Like, I don't know if you find this nonsense or not, and that's okay. Not everyone's going to resonate with me, and that's fine. If you don't resonate, please just buy, stack, and chill. Truly, like that's this game. As much as you can, as fast as you can, for as long as you can, buy, stack, and chill. That's all you need to do. Up, down, or sideways, it truly does not matter. The fiat price is irrelevant. Over time, they're just going to debase it more and more and more. Those, I don't know where all those $100 bills are gone. Anyway, they're going to be worth nothing. Like the candy wrappers, ladies and gentlemen, monopoly money, funny money. Just sell them as quick as you can for the world's hardest asset. If you can take that away and we don't resonate, like, fantastic. Find someone you do. For everyone that is hanging around and that resonates, or is just at least willing to put up with some of my more abstract thoughts, thank you. Bless you. I'm grateful to be here with you. Pump and dump those push-ups. I love it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go get some sun. It's probably won't be looking at this one, so it'll be interesting how I go. Usually it affects me the next day as well, but we'll see. And as always, go out there, do something nice for someone. And again, a shout out to this. I think it's sick. If you want to support the channel, do it. It's a way to orange pill people. If not, don't do it. It's your money, it's your choice. You can pay in Bitcoin, but don't. Sell that dirty fiat. That's, I believe in the parallel economy, but not yet, ladies and gentlemen. Be greedy with your Bitcoin. Get as much Bitcoin as you possibly can. As always, do something nice. Maybe it's picking up rubbish, helping an old lady, stacking some boxes for someone random, helping someone with groceries in the car. It's not hard. A small little act can have repercussions. It can change someone's life. It can save someone's life. You never know what day somebody is happening. Everybody in the chat, I appreciate you so much. You're all incredible people. We'll see you on the next one. Be blessed. Peace.